Assalamu alaikum, everyone. In this episode, our guest Ala, a skilled social media content creator with an impressive background in public speaking and a marketing major, delved into her multifaceted career. The discussion kicked off with her notable role as a speaker on the celebrated Arabic Culture Day, followed by her journey with Toastmasters, which is basically an organization known for promoting communication and leadership skills. Ella shared her insights into the practicality of a marketing degree in real world applications and strategies for personal branding. The conversation also highlighted effective tactics for mastering job interviews. This episode culminated with Ella unveiling her marketing strategies and divulging the secrets behind the exponential growth of her Instagram account in just 1 month. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, which is now X. Grab your popcorn or snacks and sit back and enjoy.
You are now listening to the Castronics podcast.
Hosted by MBS, Mariam and Hajar.
Weekly episodes are coming up, so stay tuned.
Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the Castronics podcast. Today we have a very exceptional guest. Ala Al-Ubaidi is a final semester student at UTM. She's wrapping up her bachelor's degree in marketing. She's not your average student though. Ala has been an active member of the Toastmasters Club for 3 years, where her exceptional public speaking skills have graced major events, including the unforgettable ACD 2022. Her journey in marketing has seen her tackle multiple internships and work with renowned companies. But that's not all, because she recently ventured into the entrepreneurial world, launching a marketing business that has skyrocketed on Instagram, amassing a staggering following of nearly 30,000 in less than 3 months. Ala, welcome to the Castronics.
Thank you very much. I'm very impressed by the introduction. I'm actually very excited for the episode myself. So I'm also very flattered to be the first female guest.
Oh my
that's
God, yes, you're the first
As a matter
female
of
guest.
fact, yes.
Finally,
Indeed.
women. We made
Let's
it
go.
onto the podcast.
So just to kick things off, Ala, can you please let us know where did this all start? Start from the beginning of your story.
So this is a very broad and general question, but I'll try to answer it in the best way possible. So it all started actually in my degree, during my degree. Like before my degree, I did nothing special in my life. And that was because of many reasons. One of them is being in an environment that didn't provide me with so many opportunities. Because I lived in Yemen my whole life. And in Yemen is literally different than UTM. So actually, I'm very grateful to be in UTM because there are so many opportunities and you won't really appreciate these much opportunities unless you see the difference in your life. So it all started in my foundation. I had big dreams, okay? My goal was too big, but I had no clue how to reach them. But my only way was always to say yes. Like I saw Toastmasters, it was in the Unbox event, if you know it. Of course, you know the Unbox event. So this Unbox event is where all the clubs introduce themselves. You just go and choose and pick whatever club you want. And then there I got to, I heard about Toastmaster for the first time. I got interested. I wasn't good at public speaking at all. I was literally the worst. I've never spoken in front of people in my life. But then it was like, okay, I saw it. I was like, let's just go as a guest. And then that's how it all started. Of course, not only Toastmasters, but that was how I started my own journey.
So Toastmasters was basically the pivotal point where everything kind of came
Yes.
into place
Yes,
at the
actually,
unboxing event.
Actually, let me tell you something. It's not about Toastmasters. It's because of me wanting to do something. And then when I saw the thing that I liked, then I said yes. So it start in any way. It can start in so many other clubs. But for me, it started with Toastmasters and it was a very great experience.
Great. So I know that while you started with Toastmasters, that was basically the beginning of your public speaking kind of career. And we've seen you in many events. I mean, notably the ACD 2022 that nobody's going to forget. And so we wanted to know, how was your experience joining a club as a new student in UTM? And especially Toastmasters, because we've seen the advertisement of it pretty much everywhere. And
Yes.
a lot of people are asking themselves, should they join the club, should they not? So we want to hear from you, what is your experience joining that club and how did that improve you?
Yeah, so I have this mentality in my life that in order to achieve anything in your life, you need to start with improving your personality. There are a few skills that you need to work on yourself early in your life in order to achieve whatever you want, whatever your major was. And one of them is to actually be presentable and to be able to speak confidently. It's not only about public speaking. It's actually about being able to speak with anyone in any condition or any situation without having that fear. And that wasn't very clear for me. Like when I started Toastmasters, it wasn't, I didn't expect for me to be, to reach the point where I can speak on stage without any fear. I just started because I knew I wanted to improve something in me. That's it. So that's how we started. I started Toastmasters and I literally had no clue about speaking publicly. Like the first time I was asked to do a role, one of the roles, I don't even remember the name of the role. It's been so long from Toastmasters. But the role was to only get on the stage and say one sentence. Attention, please. The meeting will start in 5 minutes. That's all I had to say. I got on the stage and my legs started shaking. My voice was gone. I literally couldn't speak any word. And then I remembered, they said, when you are shaking and you are very nervous, just hold something solid and all the energy will, like, that solid thing will absorb. Yeah, it will transfer, yeah.
Induced.
Yeah. So it's actually true. Like, when you hold something, it stabilizes you, whatever it is. So I held the table and nothing happened. Literally. I was still nervous and I was still shaking. But then all the committee members
you got scammed.
Yeah, probably. So all the committee members there, they were looking at me. They were like, yeah, you can do it. You can do it. I can see it from their eyes. You know, they're nodding at me. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to say it. So I said it in a voice that nobody heard. But I just said it in Latin. I literally just said it in Latin. My role was to say, okay, the meeting will start in 5 minutes. And then please welcome the president to do the welcoming speech. I said that, even the president didn't hear that. I just went out and the president knew he should go on the stage, so he just went on the stage. So that's the first thing. And then the Arabic Culture Day opportunity didn't come by itself. It's actually because of 3 years of being a Toastmasters. After that, then the Arabic Culture Day opportunity came.
Yeah, so why did I bring up those two examples? Because Toastmasters was the beginning and ACD was pretty much the end of it. That's why I wanted to highlight those.
Yes.
Two major points, you see.
Yes.
Interesting.
I wanna ask. Have you been to Toastmasters before, though?
Oh my God, yes. I used to go before COVID to the table talks. I always wanted to do one of the go up and talk about one of the topics. Yeah. And there was one of the topics where it was what is it? Jack of all trades, but master of none. And then it resonated so hard with me and I wanted to go up there and speak about it. And I didn't, and I still regret it.
Yeah. Actually, there is something special about Toastmasters that even if you go as a guest, you can get the chance to practice public speaking. So yeah,
to participate.
To participate. And they give, there is a full slot for only guests to participate and get the chance to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. So yeah, it's very great that you have been there. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I was in the WhatsApp group for the advertisements, let's say.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to join, but sadly, when COVID hit, that's when I was the most involved in it. But I never really got the chance to attend one of those sessions. But GG.
Yeah, it's fine. Actually, as I said, Toastmasters is not the only way to improve your public speaking or whatsoever, but it's a great way to do it. So if you're considering joining Toastmasters, just go for it. Even as a guest, you're gonna get a lot.
Okay, now I have a question. As a person who's struggling with public speaking, or I keep telling myself that I'm struggling with public speaking, what is your advice to get better? So I'm doing my FYP 1 right now, and I'm I want to ace this presentation. I want them to be speechless and not ask me any question.
Yeah, okay. So I also had my experience with Viva. I already did my Viva. So because I have worked on my public speaking very well, then my Viva was so easy, and then I got the best presenter and then the best overall of all my batch. So
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, the way to do it is actually to do it even when you're not ready. If you waited until you're ready, you will never do it. Because when you are planning to do something, you are actually gonna do it for the long term. So if you only do it when you are ready and when you want to do it, then you're not gonna do it consistently. So you should do it even if you don't want to, because you have a goal. You know you have to do it, so you should do it. And that's the way to do it. The only way is to start it even when you hate it. At the beginning, it will always be the best of a course.
Sorry to interrupt, Ala, but you seem to be someone who's very much against procrastination. Were you always like this, or did that change? Is that a character that got to be changed within you?
I like this question. And actually, I'm the most procrastinator ever in the world. Like, I have a lot of work to do. I always do it the last minute. And don't be like me. But this doesn't mean that you shouldn't do things in life, even if you are. Like, at some point, when you have this drive, if you have something in mind that you need to do, you will eventually do it, even if you are a procrastinator. But the only way to do it is to start even when you hate it. Everything I did in my life, even Toastmasters, I hated it. I literally didn't want to go. And then at some point, it becomes a routine. Toastmasters, I left it after 3 years because it became a routine. It became something, I'm not learning anything from it because I learned everything already. But when I started, I hated it. I didn't want to go to meetings. But then I committed because I had something, I had like a vision. That's it.
So it's basically stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, it's literally like that. And I'm sure you have done so many things in your life you didn't want it to do, but you just did it because you have to do it. But for me, it was public speaking. I did it. For you, maybe you are putting public speaking aside, but if you put it as your priority, I think you can do it.
Okay, now what are things that we can do to how do I say this? What are things we can do to improve our public speaking skills?
Okay.
Other than Toastmasters.
Look, funny thing. Not funny thing. It's not funny, but like a fact. Toastmasters is just a small part. Okay, it's not everything. Of course, not if you join Toastmasters, your life is not gonna change. You're gonna get something out of it. But if you're not the person who always wants to learn stuff, you're just gonna go out of Toastmasters with just a few skills. But you shouldn't only work on Toastmasters. Public speaking is something I learned is to be confident in general, not only learning how to speak in public. Is to be confident with the way you speak, is to always believe that you have something to say. Whatever you say is gonna give value to someone else, okay? So work on your personality in general. This is what I did. I didn't only join Toastmasters, by the way. I joined other clubs. I joined a Malay clubs for self-defense. And I didn't learn anything about self-defense.
Oh my God, is it the Silat one?
Wait,
yes. I didn't learn anything about...
They accept internationals?
Yes.
I don't know why did they accept me. It's all in Malay, okay? But okay, that's not the point. I didn't learn much of self-defense because I didn't understand anything. But I improved my personality a lot from that because it was my very first semester. And I just joined it. I thought I would learn self-defense, but it was in Malay. It was my first semester and I was too shy to even communicate and tell them like I didn't understand stuff. They knew I didn't understand, but they can't help it. That's it. You know, the club is in Malay. That's it. So I learned a lot. Like that improved my personality as well. And I joined so many other things. I joined so many business competitions in my faculty. I didn't believe in myself. I literally didn't believe I can do it, but I just did it.
Before you move on with that, because that's a topic that I want to address. You're a business major. So before we dive into that, just a summary of what you just said. It's important for what I learned from what you just said is the fact that one should not procrastinate. One should have a vision and commit. Because, as they say, the first step is always the hardest, and after that it's a routine and then you get used to it.
True.
So that's pretty much the gist of it.
And, okay, one thing is to not expect too much of yourself. If sometimes you feel lazy, like you want to rest, you had your test, for example, the period after test, just rest. It's okay. It's not expecting too much of yourself and being the perfect person and doing everything in the world. It's just too much and you're not going to do anything. Just do whatever you have in front of you, and then if you're tired, don't do anything. It's okay. Okay, that's it.
Yeah,
that's my point.
One step at a time, going little by little, but being consistent is better than going at great step, but just a one-off thing,
So it doesn't come all together. Like you're not gonna start Toastmasters and suddenly you're gonna start your business and then you're gonna be a good in public. No, it starts step by step, as you said. It's literally step by step, and you will never expect anything like the things that you will reach. You will never expect them. Literally, if you keep working on whatever you have now, without like thinking too much or stressing too much, just do whatever you have now, the opportunity that you have, and then you're gonna achieve.
I just want to
You'll
say,
be surprised of the results.
I just want to say that growth is an exponential graph. Just like I read in Atomic Habits, it's literally an exponential graph. I don't know if you read that book, but it's a really good book.
read it.
I can give you
My
mine.
sister recently bought it, and she was forcing me to read it. I said maybe someday.
It's a really good book.
I think I should try audiobooks. I don't think committing to reading is my thing.
Your choice.
I like audiobooks as well. It's very nice.
Yeah, I think I should do that more.
I was gonna say, because you said you should do that more. I was saying about that, about reading books. I see everyone read books, and I was always saying I should do that more. I should read books, and I was putting it on my list. Oh, I'm gonna do every day. I'm gonna read 5 minutes of a book, and then at some point I realized that it's not my thing. You don't have to do everything that you just need to.
But I want to read. I want to gain knowledge.
Yes, right. But I found audiobooks and I enjoyed them. If you don't enjoy them, then
Yeah, I think I should try audiobooks. Moving on from public speaking and your amazing public speaking career. So, you're not an engineering major, are you?
I'm not.
You're
I'm
one
a
of the
marketing.
odd ones,
Yes.
but not in a bad way. So you're a business marketing major, right?
As a matter of fact, Ala is our very first guest that is not in the engineering sphere. So we'd
And
like
a
to learn
female.
more about your...
Yeah.
Dude, you're a
First
pioneer
female, first-
in this podcast.
First of all, how do you feel? How do you feel about it? Because like all the girls I know is basically engineering major.
Okay, fun fact. So I opened, 2 days ago, I opened an old note of mine, and then I read, it was my memo, okay? When I first came to Malaysia, one of the papers I was writing, I'm not feeling good in Malaysia. I'm actually doubting my major because everyone around me is majoring in engineering. What if I choose the wrong major? I literally wrote that and I forgot about it. I didn't know. So
Oh my god.
Subhanallah.
yeah, that's after I saw all the girls and all the Arab guys majoring in engineering. It's only me and some Malay people in my faculty. So yeah, that's how I felt. Yeah.
Wow. How do you feel now?
How do you
though?
feel now? Yeah.
Okay, another fun fact. How I feel now is that why do people even join engineering and then work? Like, it's very difficult to move from engineering to making your own business. I feel like it's very difficult. For me, I can just start immediately because I'm marketing, you know. So
We're gonna find out
No,
after 3
engineers
years.
can do anything.
Are you trying to make us feel bad about ourselves?
Don't be
No,
racist towards
that's
engineers.
my own opinion. Okay, if you're doubting your major in your 4th year and you already graduated, so that's your problem. Okay, you should like.
No, I'm not doubting my major.
No, actually, look, I am aware of how difficult the engineering major is, and of course, it also makes a bigger impact. Like you create stuff. Like even for me, I create stuff but in a different way. So of course, major engineering is way more complicated than business major. But for me, in my interests, I'm not interested in engineering. Basically, that's it. So that's what
Yeah, I think that's the
Fair
thing.
enough, fair
Everyone has their thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like you would like feel like, oh, I want to make this machine. I don't know what's your major, but for me, I just want to do marketing forever. That's it.
We don't make machines.
I don't know what you do.
I will one day. I will someday. You don't know. Also, fun fact: we're all mechatronics.
Yeah.
That's the
What's
name of the.
mechatronics?
That's where the name.
Oh my god.
I know the major.
Look,
okay, I know the major.
we're never
Okay,
gonna
wait,
end
wait,
this
wait.
debate if we started.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about this
Okay.
after the podcast.
First of all, want to know why did you choose a marketing major? Like, what brought you into this sphere? Because, matter of fact, you're one of the few people who study marketing that I know in my life. So I want to know, how did that become, like, why did you choose this major, to be specific?
Okay. So I wasn't planning to join this. I always thought of myself as being when I was like a kid, I wanted to be a doctor. Of course, all of us probably wanted to be doctors. I don't know.
Ew.
You didn't want to be a
ew.
doctor?
No.
I wanted to be a doctor when I was like in my, I don't know, elementary school or something. And then I wanted to be an engineer. But why? I don't know. I just wanted to join engineering. I graduated and I was planning, okay, I'm gonna be an engineer. And then at some point I'm like, do I actually want it? Like when it's like, when I was on the spot, I need to choose a major. Do I need to be an engineer? So like an argument, not an argument, I don't know what to say. My father wanted something and I wanted something. I don't know how to say it, but it wasn't an argument. It was just like my father wanted me to be a nutritionist. And I didn't like that. I wanted to join. I didn't like that back then, okay? You're shocked, right?
Did your sister's an nutritionist?
Yeah, my sister is studying to become a nutritionist.
So yeah, my father was very convinced with the major. He found a very good university and he had, I don't know, he had his own dreams in that major. Then I didn't like it. I didn't like it, okay? Then my father gave me two options. You either study this one in Turkey or study with your brother, whatever it is. Just study with your brother because my brother was here. So because I didn't want to be a nutritionist, I chose to study with my brother, which is UTM. And then I had limited options, of course. So I wanted to join, like there's this major, I don't remember even its name, that was business, but with coding, something in between. I don't remember what it is, but it's under business. I didn't find it in UTM. So I went to marketing, but I knew marketing was interesting for me. But was I sure about it? I was not sure about it. But now I'm 100% sure. So I think that's how most of us start. Like we weren't actually 100% sure about something. We all had that confusion. But for me, it ended with marketing somehow, and it was meant to be.
Oh my
Great
God.
choice.
That's amazing.
I know, right?
One fun thing or something that I am really interested in. So when I see you studying marketing and all that, the great thing is that you don't need to graduate, or you don't have to wait until third year in order to apply what you've learned. So I've seen you in multiple ventures. You've had a lot of internships, obviously. You've got multiple jobs. Can you tell us how was your experience being a marketing student in the job, in the workforce?
Okay. It's not 100% true that you said you don't need to graduate to work. Actually, most students in my major cannot work. It's because I worked day and night to learn extra things that I didn't learn in university. When I was starting from my first year, I was taking marketing courses as if I'm not studying marketing. Day and night, taking too many courses. And I have so many certificates, but so many other courses that I didn't even take certificates for. I also, as I told you, I improved my personality. I joined Toastmasters and so many stuff. So I made myself marketable enough in order to join the field, and it wasn't easy. I hated myself. It was so difficult.
Oh my God.
Like, at some point, you feel so stressed, right? At some point, like, it's like how you feel during finals. You feel so stressed. For me, it was like that for 2 years. I was so stressed. But whenever I wanted to relax, I found the new opportunities and I did it. I had this joy in doing stuff because I know if I sat there and just relaxed doing nothing, I will not feel that satisfied. It's not the best way, of course. Now I relax way more. A lot. I relax a lot, actually. I do just a little work because I already worked everything before. So if you want to divide it in the span of 4 years, then you go for it. But for me, I was always feeling like I'm running. I was always feeling I'm missing something. So I was just learning, taking courses, joining clubs, joining competitions. So all of this allowed me to join into the working field. So I started with internships.
Hungry for success.
Yeah. Actually, I was really hungry for success. And sometimes it's not healthy, of course. I'm telling you, you don't have to do it this way. That's how I started my career life. So after I spent 2 years just improving my personality because I started from zero. There are people who start university with a lot of experience. Like I have a friend who is already speaking, like very great in public speaking. So he started from the top already. I started from zero. So I had to do extra work. Like I need to learn how to speak. I need to fill my CV. I had no CV. I had nothing in my CV, no achievements, no certificate, nothing. So I had to start from zero. This is why I did a lot of work. And then after 2 years of hard work, I applied for internships and I got so many rejections. But those rejections were very good for me because I learned how to do interviews. Now, interviews for me are just meh, because I did a lot of interviews. That means a lot of rejections and a lot
Piece
of
of
crying.
cake.
Yeah, but that
Oh my god.
that was
God.
really difficult, you know. Like some of the interviewers were very bad, very rude. Sometimes I felt bad about myself, like I couldn't prove myself. It was very bad. Then I got an internship for free, 0.
Side question. Tell us what was your worst experience when it comes to interview. Like, I want to know what's the worst interview you've ever attended.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, I have 2 that I hated, and I went back crying. This one was not for an internship. This one was for a job. Okay, I wanted to apply for a job, and in my 3rd year, I think. So this one was in Qatar. The first company I wanted to apply for, it was a marketing job, and I went with Uber. I paid a lot. I went to the interview, and then the worker maybe had a lot of interviewees already. So she asked me a few questions, and she told me to do some Excel sheet or something to know if I know Excel. She didn't explain to me what even I have to do. She just gave me a picture and said, just apply this, okay? So I was nervous myself. And then after I finished, I didn't do it well, okay? And I know I didn't do it well. I'm not, like, she has the right to reject me, right? But she was like, oh, what is this? You didn't do it well. She was very, very rude with me. And she didn't have to be this rude. Human resource should be the best people to deal with, like, have the best skills to deal with people, right? She was really rude. I felt like she insulted me. Like, it wasn't respectful at all. Like, I know I don't know enough stuff. And I applied and I know I don't know enough stuff. But she was really rude. This one I went back crying. Like, but it's something I learned from, you know, like not everyone will be nice to you. That's it. You have to be prepared.
You gotta have thick skin, because one thing that I've learned in the workforce is that people just don't care about your feelings. You know, every single person is after their own bread, and it's up to you to make yourself count.
Yes, you don't have to. You shouldn't expect.
Yeah, exactly. At the end, it's
yes, and it's not easy. It's okay to feel bad.
Indeed.
I feel like a 5-year-old in an adult conversation.
I know, right? Bro, I feel like a listener.
People talking about the workforce.
There are things that you're going to learn while talking to people, and other things that you're going to experience yourself. And these are the type of things that you only learn by experiencing. So,
yes,
like in the grand scheme of things, it's not a bad situation that happened to you, but rather, I hope it was a learning experience and a learning curve for you.
It was a lesson.
Yeah. Okay, for me, I will give you an advice. Everyone of you who didn't, Muhammad, you're out of it. Those who didn't graduate, and they will be looking for jobs. If you're starting applying for jobs, start early. If you can start now, just applying, even though you know you can't work, just start. Because you will get the chance to improve your resume. If you don't get to any interviews, you know your resume sucks. So you need to fix it. Okay? Then, if you get into interviews and you don't get accepted, you know that you don't have enough skills to speak, or you don't have enough experience, which is fine. So, getting good in interviews you will only get it by practicing. Because you will always feel like there are people who want you to do something wrong. Like, I feel like they are asking me for me to do it wrong. Like, I always feel like I don't feel comfortable in interviews. And then after time, you will only consider it as a conversation. And it's not easy to consider it as a conversation. At the beginning, you will be so scared. So start early practicing for interviews. This is my own advice. If you want to do it, go ahead. If you don't, then it's up to you. But
noted for future references.
One question. So, like, if I already applied for internship in a company and then they never replied to me after doing an interview, which is like means that they rejected me. Yeah. Should I apply for a full-time job there, or does that mean I don't have a karma?
Actually, I'm not an expert in that field, so I don't know. I don't know.
Because the company is really nice.
You just
the company is
really... Okay. Since you mentioned that, I applied for what's the a line of companies for a hotel. I don't remember what's its name. I applied for like 5 times and I get rejected for 5 times. So I'm still applying. So
Really?
I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm just applying. What am I
Oh
losing?
my god.
It's very good.
Dude, I kept applying for like 3 months straight, and then they finally replied, and then they finally rejected me. So, you think it's advisable to apply
It's fine.
again?
No, it's very fine.
Okay.
Actually, whenever you see the listing, you just apply. If you see a listing, If not, you
To
just
the
apply
same
again.
company that rejected me, though?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine.
You knew.
They probably
Yeah.
don't even remember you. I mean, you're not losing anything. It's an opportunity. See, the moment opportunities come your way, if you say no, you've closed a door upon yourself. If you say yes, then you have the possibility of either becoming one member in the company or not. But from the moment if you say no, خلاص, you're done with it. You're kind of
Yes.
losing out and missing out a lot. So whenever the opportunity comes
Yes.
in, just apply. You're not losing anything.
This
Yeah,
is what I
that's
learned
true.
from life. The people who don't feel embarrassed to do stuff, they get everything. That's it. That's all you need.
No, chill.
Let's go.
Just moving on the topic of marketing and business and all that. Recently, I've seen this account pop up in my feed. It's called Marketing by Ala. Okay. So I want you to explain us what was the concept behind this account. And this account actually attracted a lot of eyes because within the span of 2 months and 3 weeks, you've amassed 30,000 followers. How in the world did you do that?
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah, tabarak ar-Rahman, first of all. Explain us. So, first of all, take us through the journey. When did the thought come to
Okay.
yourself? How did you go about
Okay.
it? And like, where are you heading with
Perfect.
this?
So, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to do something special. I think, like most of us wanted to be influencers at some point, but we don't know what. So I wanted that. I wanted to influence people. I don't care if it's an influencer or doing great business, whatever. So I came across TED Talks. That time, I was a kid. I didn't know what TED Talks was, but I just discovered about it. And I wrote on my checklist. I want to be on a TED Talk. Do I have a speech? No. Do I have a story? No. I just wanted to be on a TikTok. But then it stayed in the back of my head. Like, I want to do something that is impactful. Then I didn't get any chance in my high school. Not only any chance, but also I wasn't ready for that. Like, I was working on other stuff, okay? It wasn't the time for it. Then when I joined university, I saw this club and I said yes immediately, which is Toastmasters. But it was not the only way, the only thing that I said yes to. I literally said yes to everything I saw in front of that came to me. So, yeah. Okay, so after 4 years, 4 years from starting university, I had the chance, after my internship, I had 1 month free. 1 month. It's only this month, or I will never get the chance to be free again, because after this month, I will have my last semester and then I will have to work, okay? Because I will never stay doing nothing after university. So after 4 years of improving my personality and being so good in my major, because I have taken so many courses and I also focused so much on my degree itself. So it came the time where, okay, I want to make content. And I actually started it without telling anyone from my family, because I didn't know how they would react. And if anyone reacted negatively, I will stop at that point, because it's like I'm exposing myself, I'm recording myself, I'm posting it on social media, right? It's not something easy. So I I used to stay up late until 2 a.m. and then I started recording. I do some lights. I took the disc light of my sister's, and then I bought one cheap light from Shein, and I started recording at 2 a.m. Writing content, recording, learning all of these skills. So every week at 2 a.m. I record 1 to 2 videos, and I hated it. I didn't know how to record it. I didn't know how to write content, or how to even how to edit
your videos.
Yeah, and how to edit your videos, my videos. So I used to wake up at 2 a.m. Once a week to record, and then before that I used to edit content, and then it was a lot of work. It used to take hours and hours from me, and I didn't tell anyone, because as I told you, I'm not ready to be exposed for people to judge me yet. So I posted it on TikTok. I posted once in 3 weeks or something. It was not very often. And that's when I started learning a little bit of editing. I was just imitating videos and stuff. And then after my internship ended, because I had to do an internship for a complete semester, the company asked me to work for them. Okay. Then I had two choices. I either go for the work, get some money, and build my career, because it's a guaranteed work. It came to me. I can just say yes, work for this month and get like around 6,000, or I say no and do videos officially. So it was very difficult for me, because also my priorities was to build a great career, to always guarantee that I have something and aside if I started my business. But I decided to say no without thinking. I told the manager, I'm very sorry, I only have 1 month. I need to focus on myself before starting the new semester. And then I started creating content, and I opened my Instagram account. I edited on the way of doing my content, and I started actually applying my marketing. And that needs a lot of time on working on the content, researching, and yeah, that's how it started. After the first month, I didn't get any tangible results. I only got 300 followers. 150 of them, maybe, or 200 are people I know. And then after the first month, because I learned how it works, I got in 1 month more than 10,000 followers. Maybe.
And that's when it started to skyrocket.
Yes. Once you know how to do it, that's it.
Yes. I want you to elaborate more on how did you go about it. Because I remember once you said on one of your stories, the fact that, so there was this guy, it was a very funny situation where someone sent you a message and said, how much money did you pay to get all of these, followers, and you were kind of enraged by that. But,
it was actually very funny for me. But I was like,
because they probably don't understand how that's done. And one thing that you said is one thing that actually helped you was the fact that your account had already been polished, and you already had videos up, and you already knew how to go about it. So people coming into your account, they already saw that, you were posting content, and content that was actually valuable.
That's the number one rule. When you start doing content, act like you have million followers. Give great value. Work on your account as if everyone is watching, because later on someone will be watching, okay? So that's what I did. I actually did a lot of value. I added a lot of value in my videos, and on my highlights, I established it, and I was editing every time. It didn't start like this. The bio, I used to edit it like twice a week. Editing and seeing what other people do, and seeing what the people I'm targeting want, and then writing it down. Okay? So because one of my videos actually get more than 1 million views, right? So that's how it started. Like my account started growing, and I'm not gonna talk about how did I make this video that went viral, but the thing is that if people saw my account and there was nothing in it, nobody was gonna follow me. But because the video went viral and people entered my account and they found everything similar, everything is also solving a problem, they followed me. That's it.
That's a root secret to that account being so successful, mashallah. Taking into account the fact that you now own a very big marketing account on IG, we wanted to ask you, what is the secret to being marketable, and how does that benefit anyone? Because I know that in your field, for example, it's great to be marketable because it helps you, in whatever experience you're doing. But let's talk to people that are not into the business kind of sphere, engineer, for example, architects, any kind of field. Why do they need to worry so much about being marketable?
All right. So let me first tell you, what does the word marketable mean? Marketable is to be worth selling, but not literally selling as a product, but to have something that will make people want you. That's what marketable mean. So everyone actually needs it.
To hold value.
You do. Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. You took my point. I was going to say that. So that's the secret. So wherever you are, and whatever you feel you are, and whether you want to do it on social media or you want to do a job, in order to be marketable, in order to be convincing, and in order for someone to want you, is to provide value. And this value doesn't come by itself. you need to work for this value. For example, for me, I worked on my personality, okay? I had a personality that I can talk with anyone and show my skills. This is one. Second is I worked also on my career. My marks are very great, and also I took so many courses. So I created the value that I needed in order to provide for people, either for a company to give them the value that they are seeking, or in my social media to give them what they are looking for. So this is the secret to being marketable, actually. It's not even a secret. You need to provide value. Even when you're selling a product, it's exactly the same thing. If you don't have a product that actually provides value to people, then it's going to be, it's very difficult to market it. So that's how it is. You just need to provide value, and this value you need to create it by saying yes, even when you are not ready for it. But that's how it starts.
I want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
In my old university, when I was in foundation, basically, I was looking through my university emails, okay? Because like our uni actually spams us with a lot of emails. So one of the emails...
Just like UTM does?
No, it's not like UTM. It's not like UTM. It was actually like 15 emails per day. So I was like scrolling through them, and then I find a title, okay? How to market yourself. Or how to sell yourself.
Okay.
And then I was like, how do you sell yourself? What do you mean, how to sell yourself? I thought about it in the other way, like how to sell yourself, like
be your own product,
you know, on the market. But then when I read the description, I understood like, oh, it's marketing. But like it was a genius idea, whoever wrote the title.
You thought it's organs or something?
Yes.
This is crazy. What if it was true?
Just in case things go south. But the thing is, so you gotta become your own product. Basically, that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yes. You're going to become your own product, which also means that you need your own branding. You need your own, some
logo.
Traits that you will have that are special than any other person. And all of that you need to work for.
Stand out.
You have to be okay with standing out.
Yes. You actually have to put there.
By getting your own logo.
Okay, that's extra. That's extreme level. Yeah, but
Yes.
if you want to do your own logo, that's also branding as well. So why not? But you don't really need it in the real world.
I mean, when it comes to personal branding, I've seen a lot of people even on LinkedIn, for example. You know, now people don't even have CVs anymore. They have their own websites, you know. So people go around with their QR code, you scan
Oh
it,
my God,
and
yes. I
then it
made
gets you on
one.
my website and, you know, my achievements and my portfolios. So in your
Actually,
opinion, what's the best way for students to be marketable when it comes to companies?
So the baseline is to provide the company what it is looking for. What is the company looking for is money. So they want an employee that will help them get money. Now we're talking only about jobs, okay? No, we're not talking about business and whatever. So applying for a job means that you should convince the person who is interviewing you that, oh wow, I provide something for you. So there is not only one way to do it, but there are better ways than others. For example, you can make a fancy website and still not get a job, and you can make a normal CV and get a job. That's not the only way. But if you make a fancy website and you are majoring in, for example, designing, or you want to get a job in designing, that's like a bonus for you, right? Because you're already showing your skills and you are standing out, because not many people do this much effort. So there are companies that appreciate that. And some companies, they just don't care about you having a website, and they just care about the experience that you have. So whatever you do, you should show the company whatever they are looking for. So that if they are looking for a good designer, you should show that you are a great designer, either by creating a great website for your CV or writing down your experience in an interesting way in your CV. So whatever you do it, just always think as if you are the owner of the company and what you would be looking for. And that's how I approach companies actually. When I approach someone for my position for marketing, I go there and I'm already preparing some points for improvement for their social media or for their marketing activities. So they'll be like, oh, wow, she can actually do something for our business and she can make a change. And that's how you stand out. And it's not going to always work out, especially if you're starting. you're going to get a lot of rejections, and that's also an experience.
I see. So your technique is to go all over what they're asking for. So you first of all fit in all the conditions, and you come with your own solutions in ways to better and to improve the company itself and the way they're dealing with things.
At some point, when you read a lot about companies in your field, you will know what they all need, and then you will prepare something for everyone. Then you can tailor it based on the company, but you won't necessarily get the job even when you do all of that, because it also depends on the interviewer and so many things. Like other things. So you should be prepared to be rejected even when you do perfect work.
This is weird and it's off topic, but isn't this just like manipulation?
What's manipulation?
It's basically knowing what your company wants, وبعدين you're preparing everything, and إن هم they're gonna be okay, they're gonna ask you about this, but you already know the answer because you researched about them and you basically stalked them. Okay, so it's basically
that's what you should do.
That's what you should do. No, it's not manipulating. Actually, a company wants a solution. If you provide them with a solution, they like that, and you're not just telling them things and you're not gonna apply that, because you are giving them the solution based on your experience. They know your experience based on the solution. If you don't know anything, for example, in engineering, and you go to an engineering company and then try to solve, you cannot even solve the problem they have.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
you need, so no, it's good. Companies want that. One company asked me, do you know what's our product? I didn't read about the product well, okay? It was a digital product, an application. Do you know what do we do? I said, yeah, you have this and this. She said, yeah, what does this do? I couldn't answer. She said, sorry, we cannot accept you. Next time, read well about the company. They need to see the effort that you do for the company. It makes difference.
Damn, okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So it's not manipulation. They want that. You are saving them time and you are showing them your skills. That's it.
Yeah.
That was very informative. As we move towards the end of this episode, Ala, do you have any final remarks, advice that you would give to your younger self and to any other student that would like to pursue a similar route?
All right. So my advice, which I already said it in the podcast, but I always gonna say it again and again, is that you don't really need to know what you're doing. Just have a vision of what you want to do. And even if whatever you're doing now feels like it doesn't make any sense, but you're still doing something constantly, you will reach something great. Either your vision, or you're going to just shift your vision and go for even greater stuff. So do it even when you're confused, even when you're scared, even when you feel like you're not ready. Just do it. And it's not easy, but you're going to be rewarded for anything you do. Anything, even if something that didn't benefit you for what it was supposed to do, but you're going to learn that you don't like this, or this one didn't benefit you. So you're going to avoid it in the future. Every experience counts.
So as we're nearing the end of this episode, Ala, do you have anything, or do you want to conclude for anyone who got lost in the middle of the episode or something? Do you want to conclude just a small summary of what you said?
All right. So I'm going to say literally a summary of everything, and it doesn't matter what field you are, okay? Based on my experience, it's not the only way, but it's the way I did it. So whatever you want to start anything and you have a vision for anything, either going for a job or starting your own business, the first thing that you should do is to first work on your knowledge. Put a year of your life just learning new stuff. For example, for me, I started learning about public speaking. It's very new to me. And also I took courses for marketing. So I didn't ignore my degree. I just did both at the same time. Then start applying it. After I learned a little bit of public speaking, I already went and applied for being an MC for different events. And also for my marketing, I was already practicing on fake businesses to do marketing strategies and stuff. So that's the second step, is to start practicing. And then third step is to actually go to the field. You will either go for internships, ask for internships and jobs, or you go for real opportunities in public speaking or whatsoever. I'm reflecting it on my experience, but you can do it the way you want. And then lastly, you're just gonna see whatever you have and improve it in whatever you have reached. So these are 4 steps. If you do it in any field in your life, it's going to be perfect. Like, you're going to reach whatever you want to do.
The secret to success, or the road to success, is consistency and having a vision. Thank you so much, Ala. It's been an immense pleasure to have you with us tonight, and we hope that everybody enjoyed listening to you, just as I did, and we hope to see you very soon, inshallah.
That was a very fun episode.
I also had a lot of fun. Thank you for inviting me.
The pleasure is ours. To the listeners, I hope you benefited from this episode, and we hope to see you very soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Bye.
Bye.